we're having so much happen in the world at the moment. But when we look at the astrology, there's actually a lot happening there that is showing how this is all expressing and what's happening, and also a lot to come in the future, the next few weeks, maybe even the next 6 months, based on these astrology cycles and these astrology aspects that are happening and how they're activating certain people's charts, political members, leaders of the world, celebrities, and also different nations' charts. So with this current T-square activating so much right now, and then this Aquarius moon that we're about to have on top of that activating a lot, we also have Mercury retrograde in Virgo and Leo activating so much as well. So right now there's just so much happening with the astrology, including an upcoming cazimi between that Mercury retrograde and the Sun. We just have so much to come in the news, but we also have so much already going on. So I'm going to share some of my thoughts and show how some people's charts have been activating and what to keep an eye out for over the next few weeks, even up to the next 6 months, because we do have that Aquarius full moon and we will feel that Aquarius energy until the next Aquarius new moon. So over the next 6 months, we can still have events around this Aquarius full moon occurring. So firstly, let's chat about Joe Biden's chart. So with this Aquarius full moon, it is going to activate his Scorpio sun that is in the 12th house. This is not great. It can show being in harm's way and being really sick, which I think we kind of already know, but the astrology is just showing that we might get some big news about this. So Aquarius, the 27 degree Aquarius full moon is going to square his Scorpio sun, and we also have that Uranus that's at 27 degrees in his Taurus 6th house. Now this is important because that Taurus, that transiting Uranus that's in Taurus, is squaring this Aquarius full moon, and it'll be opposite his sun. So that is all important. And then when we have a look at, obviously, the sun being in Leo at the moment, that is part of this full moon, it's opposite the moon that is in Aquarius. It's sitting on some pretty powerful points, and it's sitting with his north node and his Chiron that is in Leo. So the sun's sitting there with those placements, and a part of this whole Aquarius full moon is really important. This shows that his wounds and some kind of healing is being brought up, but also because it's activating his north node. Whatever happens around the next few weeks for Biden, and he is supposed to be speaking at the DNC, I think it is going to be a really important part of his life destiny. Now for Trump, if we look at his chart and how this Aquarius full moon is activating his chart, there's a lot already happening, but essentially the sun that is in Leo, the transiting sun that's part of this full moon, is opposite the moon that's in Aquarius at 27 degrees. The sun that is at 27 degrees in Leo is sitting on his ascendant and his Mars, and that Uranus in Taurus that is transiting at the moment, that is involved in this full moon because it squares the full moon and it's the ruling, more of the modern ruler of this full moon. It's sitting right on his MC, and that Uranus in Taurus on his MC is also squaring his natal Mars and ascendant. So there is going to be some huge shocking news that is very public about Trump, and he is definitely still in harm's way. More ASS vibes there for sure, or something going on with his health maybe. For Kamala, it's not as pivotal, I don't think. However, it is very close. So the sun in Leo, the 27 degree sun that's part of this Aquarius full moon, is very close to her natal Mars, and the Aquarius full moon also sits on her natal Saturn in Aquarius, and that Uranus sits in her 12th house in Taurus on her natal Jupiter. Now that Uranus is part of this full moon's T-square, so the moon is in 27 degrees in Aquarius, the sun is in 27 degrees Leo, and Uranus is at 27 degrees in Taurus squaring this full moon. So this is all really important. I think we're going to hear a lot of secrets being revealed about her. It's going to really impact her reputation. It's going to shake things up a lot to do with things that she's done in the past and maybe not being responsible, possibly. Now next, if we look at Putin's chart, it's not as highly activated by the T-square and the Aquarius full moon. However, there is a few things that I did notice, and that is that there are a fair few activations to his Leo placements. So he has his Pluto and his MC that is very, very close to this 27-degree Leo sun that is a part of this Aquarius full moon. So the moon, Aquarius full moon is at 27 degrees in Aquarius, but the sun is part of this full moon and is opposite that moon. So we know that he is going to be very much having a lot of events happen very publicly because it's his MC around his career reputation. Pluto's involved as well, so this could involve transformation, crimes, trauma, power and control issues. It's also not too far away from his North Node in Aquarius and his South Node in Leo, so destiny type vibes happening there. And we can also see a little bit happening. It is out of sign, but the Uranus that is currently in Taurus is very close to his early degree Gemini moon. So that is kind of part of this T-square as well, even though it is out of sign. So maybe there could be events where he's worried about being poisoned. Maybe there is some issues there with ASS and similar to what happened with Trump. I also think we might hear a lot about Israel, and that is just because in their nation's chart that sun in Taurus is at about 23 degrees, which is very, very close to that Uranus. It's at 27 degrees. That's part of this Aquarius full moon square. And I believe it's in their 8th house using whole signs, so this could be in regards to DEATH, and it could be in regards to, it is close to Algol as well, so like Medusa off with the head, rotting corpse vibes is all linked to Algol. I know that kind of sounds a bit horrible and scary, but when we're talking about all of those charts and those people, and that Uranus that's at 27 degrees, it's actually on the it's on Algol, and Algol links to Medusa and her head being taken off, and it links to rotten corpses and all those sorts of things. So kind of Google it, have a look into it. Now if we look at the US's chart, they have an Aquarius moon that is at the very late degrees, so that is going to be activated with this Aquarius new moon because the transiting moon is going to be directly on top of their natal moon, really showcasing that they're a big part of this story with the Aquarius full moon over the next 6 months. We will definitely probably hear some bits of information about what this full story is over the next few days or few weeks. I have a feeling it could be something big around the internet and social media for them, maybe some kind of blackout, maybe some kind of limitations, there's some kind of big news, there's something happening with internet and social media for the US, I think. And I do think as well, because the New York stock market is an Aquarius rising chart, I think, but I really feel like the stock market is going to plummet and it's going to be a bit chaotic, and that money issues are going to be involved as well because of how the stock market and the New York stock market's chart is embedded in this full moon.